Dear colleagues, good afternoon. My name is Veronika Skripachova, and I would like to tell you about our Nordplus Junior project, the name of which is Digital Creative Education. So we had an opportunity to cooperate with different institutions from Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia, and Norway. You can see the participants of this project: Klil Education Center, Šiauliai Sanatorium School, Nordplus Montessori School, Iluka School, Educational Center Educateka, and Vilnius Municipality Grigiškės Šviesas Gymnasium. So the aims of our project were to share experience about digital tools and their use in education. And another goal was to foster cooperation between different educational institutions and different types of institutions, because you can see that there were different types of schools or educational centers that joined to find new ways to promote different digital tools at schools. Here are some spotlights from our project. So the project coincided with COVID times, and when I was writing the application form, we were working collaboratively on planning and outlining what we had planned to do. We didn't know about COVID times, but the project coincided with COVID times, and the digital tools became more and more important during that time. And we started our project and in COVID times, and then we ended it with a meeting on site, and we're happy to see each other in person. Here are some snapshots from the meeting in Riga. It was our final meeting in October last year, when we made a conference for educators from different parts of Latvia and also educators from other countries. So here is the plan of our project. It started in 2020 when we had our first digital mobility. So in the project, we learned how to organize digital mobilities. We learned about the schools, we learned about STEM and STEAM education. We found out which platforms each organization was using to achieve educational goals, and to plan and to lead the process and to facilitate students' contribution during these difficult times. So in 2021, you can see, so we had an international conference, online conference, and we had a digital mobility in Educateka in Lithuania. Then we had another digital mobility to Montessori School, and the school shared information about the educational system in Norway. We also had digital tool implementation at schools. So each partner school chose a new tool, which they learned from, which they found out about from their partners, and implemented it at school, and then asked for students' feedback. So, and in this picture, you can see the students are talking about the best digital tools for their learning. So in November 2021 was in Estonia, and so actually we had another digital mobility, and this time the students led some sessions, and we also had a meeting with the representative from the Ministry of Education in Estonia, and they shared their story of success. So we found out why Estonia reached top positions in different types of polls and surveys about student skills. And I have forgotten to say that our first digital meeting was organized in Sanatorium School. So they were pioneers in organizing the digital meeting. And read it successfully. So the meeting was about this digital mobility, was about the system of education in Lithuania, about peculiarities of the school and their students, about digital tools they are using to foster their students' learning. And also they explain how they deal with all these physical disabilities that occur with their students, and showed us how digital tools can support their students. Okay, and you can see 2022, we had a project, A Day Without Technologies. And we also, in one of the meetings, we discussed the question of cyber wellness, of cyber well-being, what it means, and how to deal with it when the students have to learn online. Then all the students, all the schools implemented the project I'm Digitally Creative, which meant that the students had to produce creative projects using digital tools. And then finally, May was the time when we met in person, and it was the first time when we met in person, and it was in Vilnius when we visited Grigiškės Šviesas Gymnasium. So they hosted us with a warm meeting. They told us about the school. So we brought some students to the school because we saved some money during this like COVID times when we couldn't travel, and the students led some sessions. For example, taught Latvian to Lithuanian students, and they also collaborated with other like Lithuanian students who welcomed them and told them about the school. And there were sessions which were devoted to cultural activities and some team building, because we hadn't had another opportunity to do team building before. So it was a warm visit full of positive emotions and also great like experiences about different approaches to learning, and also a valuable meeting for students who arrived in Lithuania to see how the school operated. And then after each meeting, we wrote articles, and all these articles are available on our project website. And as I have mentioned before, so our last meeting was in Riga. So we organized a great conference, which was called Digital Solutions in Education for the Future of Learners. And some teachers met for the first time in Riga because so different groups of teachers could travel to Vilnius and Riga, and it was a big event. So I will tell you a little bit about the conference later, but I also want to pay attention to some other activities that we organized for students during the project. For example, Clear Education Center organized a competition for students, which was called My Universe, or My World of the Future. And the competition, we invited students to participate. They gathered in the computer room, and our teacher told them how to use the tool for producing comic books using program Pixton. So this is like a digital platform, so which can help students to create their comic books. The students had to choose the topic. The teacher offered some pictures. They had to observe the pictures and choose the topic for their comic book. And then they had to produce their comic book using the strategy, I see, I think, I wonder. And the students produced the avatars. So 27 students participated in this competition, and you can see their avatar. And they created their comic books. Some of them you can see in the picture. The students had to create their comic book, and then they had to give a presentation, deliver a speech, and explain what exactly they wanted to show using these pictures, and what their main idea was, and why they decided to use particular characters and include particular scenes. Yeah, here is another example. So, and you can see that students of different age participated in this competition, and they all succeeded. And some more, and some more. And of course, they were awarded with like certificates and prizes, and appreciated this valuable experience. And of course, our final and important event, you can see digital solutions in education for the future of learners. It took place in October in Riga. Here are some pictures from the conference. Each partner institution prepared the session, and we also invited some guest speakers like Monica, who was talking about teaching entrepreneurship in the digital world. You can see the head of sanatorium school and project coordinator so participated, led the session. Liana and Angelica led the session. Joseph talked about Montessori education and how Montessori schools deal with digital tools. And we had some workshops for teachers. Teacher Adriana is explaining how to use Pixton in the lessons. The invited speaker, Anna Bielska, is talking about IT tools in content and language integrated learning sessions. Here are some hands-on activities for teachers, how to implement technology in combination with toys in the lessons. And here is another session where our Estonian and Lithuanian colleagues show the tools to get feedback from students. Yeah, and of course, some experiments took place, and physical activities which help to understand how to interact both with people and to combine interaction with people with interaction through digital tools and valuable discussions during the meeting. So you can see this is the a link to the conference materials and the QR code which you can use. So all our materials are available. This is the project website, and all our materials are available on our project website. And so this is what our website looks like. So all the articles are there. So after each digital meeting, after each physical meeting, we wrote articles, we reflected, we explained how we used the acquired ideas in our institutions. And our project was also highly rated. So a journalist contacted me and wrote an article about our project. So a journalist from Nordplus. And we also had an opportunity. I had an opportunity to present our project in the regional conference to explain how Nordplus can contribute to developing educational process in institutions. And what are the advantages of Nordplus projects? Cooperation. You can see that in project mobilities, mostly digital, participated 91 people, so teachers and students. And the conference was held for 85 participants and from 17 different schools and 5 schools from other countries. And of course, it fosters teacher professional development, understanding between different cultures, and of course, the teachers and students become more and more informed about educational systems around the world and the best teaching practice. And you can see that we are planning to continue cooperation with Nordplus. These are our local websites that lead to information about Nordplus projects, and this is the international Nordplus website. Yeah, so this is about the project itself, and this is our website. We created another page on our educational center's website because it was easier for everyone, and of course it didn't cost a lot. And so you can see there is information about the project. So the timing of the project, information about international digital conference, and the photos, and also there is we recorded the sessions of the conference, and you can listen to this recording by.
Awesome.
Yeah, some sessions are in Latvian, other sessions are in English, and during the conference, the speakers were translated, so were interpreted, and the listener had the headphones with simultaneous interpreting, so which helped them to understand the content and ask questions. And articles, different articles about our project, about the tools. Actually, this is also like a good a good website for educators to learn about a variety of digital tools, about their like advantages and how they can be implemented. So thank you very much for your attention. I'm happy to tell you about our Nordplus project, and I invite everyone to participate in new projects. Thank you very much and good luck.